For weeks, something felt wrong in Santiago. People didn't say it out loud, not at first. They spoke in lowered voices, in half-finished sentences. A neighbor who never came home. A student who vanished after a late-night knock at the door. A trade unionist seen once more, and then never again. This was Chile in the early 1970s, under General Augusto Pinochet, and fear had learned how to breathe. But Chile was only one piece of a much larger nightmare. Across South America, dictators were shaking hands in the dark. Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay, Bolivia, Chile, different flags, same mission. What tied them together was a secret pact, an agreement so ruthless it barely left a paper trail. They called it Operation Condor. Officially, it was sold as intelligence cooperation, a way to share information and protect national security. Unofficially, it was a death sentence. Anyone labeled leftist, subversive, or dangerous could be hunted across borders. There would be no trials, no records, no graves, just silence. And behind the curtain, the United States wasn't merely watching. Declassified documents would later tell a different story, one of meetings, quiet approvals, and strategic advice. An internal investigation, later known as the Anderson Report, revealed that U.S. officials didn't just support these regimes, they helped grease the machinery of repression. Conversations spoke bluntly about the need to crush leftist influence, no matter the cost. Stability mattered more than lives. By the time Operation Condor was formally launched in 1975, the bodies were already piling up. People disappeared in the night. Others were found broken, if they were found at all. Torture centers operated in plain sight, disguised as military facilities. In Argentina, one place became infamous, the Navy's mechanical school. Inside its walls, thousands were detained. Many were never charged. Many were never seen again. The cruelty went further. Pregnant women were imprisoned, forced to give birth in secret detention centers. Their babies were taken from them, stolen and handed over to families loyal to the regime. The mothers vanished. The children grew up with lies instead of names. Outside, families searched desperately for answers. In Buenos Aires, mothers gathered in the Plaza de Mayo, wearing white handkerchiefs embroidered with the names of their missing children. They walked in circles, week after week, refusing to disappear the way their sons and daughters had. Their message was simple: we remember. The response from the government was silence or retaliation. For years, the world looked away. But by the late 1980s, the cracks began to show. Dictators fell. Files surfaced. Independent investigators dug through mass graves and classified archives. The truth, long buried, started clawing its way into the light. Operation Condor was no longer a rumor. It was a documented system of state-sponsored terror. Prominent figures, including Henry Kissinger, were drawn into the spotlight as questions of moral responsibility surfaced. Was this merely Cold War strategy, or something far more damning? Even today, the answers remain incomplete. Thousands are still missing. Families are still searching. Children stolen at birth are still discovering who they really are. The legacy of Operation Condor hasn't faded. It lingers, haunting generations who never lived through it, yet still carry its scars. So we remember, not just the victims, but their courage, their resistance, their refusal to vanish quietly. And we are left with a haunting question. Were they simply casualties of history, or victims of a calculated international conspiracy that reshaped an entire continent? Their fight for truth continues, an unbreakable testament to resilience in the face of darkness.